Are you guys excited about the Dark Souls 2?
Oh, geez.
Are you prepared to die?
No.
Edition.
More?
More.
Prepared to die again.
I don't think we've even really mentioned this, but all four of us are Let's Players, and I assume anybody watching this should know that by now.
And all four of us are playing Dark Souls right now or in the past. Three of us are playing it right now. Andrew has played Dark Souls and yelled a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm on
that game.
I think I'm on my fourth do-over as far as recording a solo series on that, and I still have no idea what I'm gonna do. I keep kind of trashing it and thinking it's like, I could do a little bit better. It sucks. Hate having standards.
What I want to talk about is what I think is the most interesting development about what's different about the heather-handed mechanics of that game, which is that you can now be invaded all the time.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I like it.
I like the idea of it, but I don't like it because I've been playing a fair amount of Dark Souls 1 at this point, of course. And there are certain sections where if you want to say summon Solaire or the Witch or, pretty much any NPC, you have to get from point A to point B as human.
Mostly Solaire.
And then I get invaded by the guy with the, crazy quintuple shot.
You're about to say you get invaded by the gay?
I get invaded by the gays. Yeah, just hard gay comes out of nowhere and just starts hugging me. It's weird. I don't like it.
I don't have that DLC.
Well, you should buy it. It turns everything pink and sparkly, and Q-Lag is no longer fused with a spider. Q-Lag is fused with a unicorn.
It's the Artorias, the Fabulous DLC.
I would buy a DLC that just completely... I would pay a full $30 for a DLC that just reskins all of Dark Souls to be, pretty much Peggle.
Yeah, pretty much cuddly and adorable.
Oh.
Yeah, cuddly adorable, still murders your face.
Someone's probably doing, asset replacement, full conversion mods for the PC version.
I would be so happy.
Oh, man, it would be a complete mood changer, right?
Here's what I find interesting about the idea of being invaded all the time, though, is that the way I feel Dark Souls is right now is that a lot of people are rarely human because they only do it when they're opting into some sort of, they specifically want to use the online features. And so I feel like the entirety of the invasion community is like a pool of piranhas that just swarms people the moment they become human, because they're the people who are actually vulnerable to that stuff are the minority. So I feel like when everyone can be invaded, that actually might make it a more hospitable situation as a whole.
Maybe. See, I think the thing that would make it more hospitable is if they actually had an ELO system, like League of Legends or Dota or whatever, where if, say, you die a lot to random people that invade, you end up getting paired with invaders that suck. You at least have a chance. As opposed to
that sounds terrible.
Well, so basically they write...
They are making an attempt, actually, to get something vaguely more in that territory, which is that they're, instead of just being based on soul level, they're actually taking into account things like how many souls you've gathered during your playthrough. Meaning it's not just a matter of so it means you can't twink, basically, because right now people can invest all their souls in their equipment, basically, and getting special items, but never manually level their character up, which means that they'll be way too powerful when they get matched with people that are similar soul level, and that's why they do it.
That's exactly what I was hoping for, because the first time, Spider, you were there, actually. Remember the first time we were co-oping and the guy invaded and murdered all of us?
Oh, the guy with the unbeatable armor and the mist and all that crap?
Yeah, I remember that, and it's there were three of us. Alex was incredibly overpowered. Spider...
And he kicked our ass.
Yeah, Spider and I were pretty underpowered as far as everything goes, but just the guy came in and murdered all of us, and I think he had a 99 stack of humanity, so he pretty much just rolled in, murdered us all, and we ran out of Estises before we could kill him. And mind you, we backstabbed him twice.
He had he just went through the whole game without leveling up. He had joined the Dragon Covenant and all that stuff. What a dick.
There's some really fun mods for Dark Souls, by the way. I'm sitting here looking through them. There's one that replaces the dying text that says you died like a bitch.
Obama.
Oh,
yeah, I've seen that one.
I've got the one that says thanks Obama. It makes me giggle every time.
There's one that it replaces all the crows in the game with seagulls.
Oh, that's funny.
Mine?
There's one that puts googly eyes on pretty much every single item you have.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's that one called? I want to get it.
I think it's just googly eyes. Like, go on the mod database and it will just give you googly eyes.
Oh my
Really
god.
funny, actually.
Yeah.
There's some pretty weird mods on here.
Oh,
Holy shit,
man.
is that a Batman mod?
The invasion community of that
I'm
game
Batman.
gets very, very conniving and like lethal with their little strategies.
Oh god.
It's when I was in the depths, I had someone invade me when I had someone summoned with me, and he just kept throwing like dung pies at us to poison us and running away. And at one point, I ran after him, and he ran past me through the doorway and closed the door between us, and just started fighting my partner when the door was closed, and I had to like manually open it. He eventually just ran away and then like hid behind the doorway and just did a ridiculously huge, devastating like firestorm the moment we walked into the room. Like it was just like a friggin' Home Alone trap.
I'm okay with the idea of invasions, but just like the sheer amount of douchebaggery that you can get up to is what turns me off of the idea.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And the game's not
if it was
exactly easy to start with either.
There's people who like to stand on those swinging blades in Sen's Fortress.
Oh yeah, yep.
They'll just
I
be
ran into
chilling
one
there.
of those the other night. I rage quit. Like, I just closed my client. He was standing there doing the, like, come at me bro thing, and I was just like, okay, closed. I don't even know like what happened. I haven't been back on.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, that's a thing. By the way, guys, that's a thing.
Okay.
Oh my god, what have you posted?
That is a Sonic the Hedgehog mod
Oh
for
no.
fucking Dark Souls.
Oh no! So
Wait,
he's just a naked guy with the Sonic skin.
He has
just
the arrow on
painted
his
over
head
him.
from Avatar, though. Look at it. He has the arrow on his head from Avatar.
This is an inaccurate representation of Sonic the Hedgehog.
So what all this is just a retexturing of the base body
This is
color.
Sonic the sex addict.
Yeah.
And he has flash sweat equipped.
Yeah, I really like the hairy chest.
And
That
every
really
bump
sells
on
it.
him is just an arrow going up.
No,
Gotta go.
They are
Gotta go
kind of
fast.
wasting the potential here for like spreading it out just a little bit more, so you see the nipples, and like it implies that
God.
the tan area goes down to the groin.
God.
What the hell? Does that chest hair even exist in Dark Souls? Do the
I
male
think it
character
does.
models
No,
even look
there's
like that?
chest hair as a mod that you can
Oh,
get.
is it? Okay.
So
Yeah.
even that's a mod. I was gonna say like I don't think the character models even look like that.
Yeah,
in that
same
game.
thing with beards actually, which I don't think I installed, but I was like, hey, that's nice. I could actually have facial hair
One
on
of
my Raisin Man.
One of the things that caught my attention about Dark Souls 2, so from the footage I've been seeing actually, is that the characters looked customized in a way that so far you haven't really been able to.
Yeah,
You get it's always like, especially making a male character feels a lot like making a male character in Mass Effect, where it's like they all kind of look like the same crew cut looking like generic white guy sort of thing.
except for like if you try customizing their appearance, like changing their nose size, they quickly become just this weird man lump, and it's creepy
Yeah.
looking.
Looking like the next game might have better options for that kind of stuff. Who
I'm-
knows?
What's the next
I'm
game?
okay with that.
The next game
You
is
got-
hitting Steam, right? Like just a Steam client.
Yes.
And all that?
Yeah.
Because nothing else.
They
is.
learned their mistake.
Oh my god! I
In
wonder
fact,
if they're gonna fix the
They
first
said
one.
they're looking into options.
All
You
right,
guys
so
know
that basically
do you
means
guys
they're
know
not
that your
gonna do
hit
it.
points are going to go down every time you die?
Well,
Wow.
see, I'd actually be
Every
willing to bet that they
time.
are going to do it, because the moment the like multiplayer community goes out, really the moment Games for Windows Live goes away, they can no longer sell Dark Souls 1 on Steam. And that's a really bad thing for business, because who's going to buy a broken product? Whereas if they just fix it a little bit, people who play Dark Souls 2 will be like, well, I can't get Demon Souls because it's only on the PS3, but I can get Dark Souls 1. But it's broken and unplayable, and you can't even save, so...
There's a lot of games gonna be trashed, basically.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think
Speaking of Demon Souls, actually, someone from Atlas just recently confirmed that there will not be a Demon Souls 2. It was an interesting idea that was coming up for a while. Was that people figured, oh, like this Atlas and Sony have some sort of deal with like this like Sony exclusive Demon Souls franchise, and it was thought by a lot of people that there might actually be, in response to the popularity of Dark Souls, like another company developing Souls games in parallel. Like there would almost like Black Ops and like Modern Warfare did for a while. Like people thought there was going to be two competing Souls franchises because Sony might be like, well, we have access to a Souls IP and we could just put this on some company to make, and they could make it in parallel, but it'd only be for us, so we get all the money.
I would like to see another company attempt kind of the same brutally difficult RPG style, but I don't know who'd be good at it.
I love the idea of playing any like third-person Western-style action RPG where like the melee system has like a weight to it and the swinging feels like not Skyrim basically.
Yeah, not Skyrim.
Sort of just like you're like playing a Wii and just sort of flailing a weapon around and stuff, and it doesn't really matter.
That always weirded me out.
Yeah,
I've been playing a lot of Amalur, of course. Well, I'm done with that now, but
finally,
that game had a really weird combat system where it's like third person, so it's like it's almost there, but anything that hits you knocks you back as if you weren't even like blocking, even if it's like the tiniest of enemies. And I don't know, it feels like they're trying for Dark Souls weight, but all you got is this character that just like has no poise whatsoever and just gets whopped around by anything and everything that ever hits him.
For me, Amalur actually mostly just felt like a Fable clone. Like it felt like it played identically to that game, where I think that so far the closest thing to a Souls game I've encountered might be Dragon's Dogma.
I never played
like a much more weighty game where you tend to fight big bosses that you have to sort of coordinate to take down.
I like the idea of that. I guess Monster Hunter does it to a degree, but I don't like how Monster Hunter does it. Monster Hunter is too slow for me.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter is known as being the big thing that may even have influenced like the Souls' creation.
I think they actually confirmed that at one point. But
hey guys, I heard you guys like video games, so I put video games in your video games.
Oh boy.
What? I was trying to play Monster Hunter, what was it, 3? The like 3DS version, and it was just a giant pain in the ass. What is this?
Link, you can get that Hellkite Dragon. I believe in you.
Yeah, it's a mod to make the UI look like the N64 Ocarina of Time game.
And it's not very good.
Yeah, the UI stuff sucks.
Mostly the character model's good.
No, I don't like the character model. The pants and if they'd gone for more of a Twilight Princess look, it would have been
the shield is
very
great.
Smart. Yeah, the shield looks really good. The shield and the scabbard.
I do like how they changed. I like the rupees. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that works.
I didn't even notice.
The C buttons from the N64.
Yeah. It looks really great with humanity.
That looks like poop. It looks like a smear of poop.